Hello, everyone. This video is intended to serve as a not comprehensive guide to using AI for the junior cohort for the BSCS program here at North Seattle College. There is lots of different ways that you can use AI, and going over all of them is probably not something that I'm going to accomplish in this, but I will go through the list that the link that I have posted on Canvas and show you basically what I am talking about. Um, so I'll be using ChatGPT as the example. Let's see. So whether you have a paid or non-paid account in ChatGPT, it shouldn't really make a difference. You should be able to use it to help you to develop and to learn. So let's see, and make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yes, I think so. Uh, okay. All right. So here's the first element that, or here's the document I'm going to post. One of the things I would like for you to do is just be honest with the AI. Tell it you're a student looking for guidance, not answers. So you could say, I am a student looking for guidance on some work I am doing, not solutions. And then it's going to hear that. It will update the chat in its memory, and then it will ask you, so what can we do? What can we dive into? So the idea here is really simple. It's just don't have it write the code for you. Like that's the bottom line. Um, think of it as a glorified search engine. You've been using Chrome and Google for years to try to help you find answers. Now you're using ChatGPT to help you find answers. The only difference is ChatGPT will literally give you the answers to some things without you having to think, and you can copy and paste it. And sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's wrong. So the first one here is ask AI for explanations of key concepts they're struggling to understand. So can you explain the difference between binary search tree and binary tree, right? And then this will give you an explanation of it. And then you can read that and learn from it. That's a great use for AI. Request a real world analogy to some sort of concept. Can I get a real world analogy, uh, for example, of using a binary tree? Okay, and then it's going to give you that, like a family tree, how it maps out, how it's useful. So it's all good stuff. So this is all well and good. You probably know how to use AI in this way. You can also use it for debugging assistance. So um, this is where things get a little weird. So sure, I want you to get experience hunting your own bugs and figuring them out. I would encourage you to spend some time trying to figure it out yourself. There's going to be situations where the code is so complex and there's dependencies between multiple files where you're not going to be able to just copy paste code in and say, figure it out. Um, so being able to trace your program and understand how it works is an important skill. That being said, sometimes it is helpful when you're stuck to just take your code and say, help me figure out where my bug is in this code. And then you paste your code in and you see your bug is in your update row from low to high pointers inside the while loop. It says bug updating low and high. Basically, what it's telling me is that I have these numbers backwards, right? Um, it should be plus, and this one should be minus. And you can read about it and read why, and it will show you the fixed code. But here's the thing, don't pop it in there and be like, okay, cool, thanks. I didn't read any of that. I'm just going to copy this and paste it, and hooray, I have a solution. I can move on with my life, right? First off, you got to change this. Um, don't do that, right? You're not learning anything by doing it that way. Plus, this is now very unhappy. So the way that you would do this properly is you would look and say, your bug is updating low and high pointers inside the while loop. So you read this, you look here, and then you see what the changes are, and then you update your code accordingly. And it tells you why original code fails. This is how you use AI to learn rather than using AI to do your work for you. Um, exploring alternative approaches. So here's one. This is great. So how else can I create a linked list in Python? Give me, and it specifically says, explain without giving code examples or give starter code without giving a full solution. Okay, so here it goes. You can use nested lists and it explains how, giving you the starter code. And here's the reality, like the AI is a tool, like just like the internet, and Wikipedia and everything else. How you use it is up to you. I can't monitor it. I can't detect whether or not your smaller code bases are AI written. So you got to really take your education into your hands. This is something that if you want to learn, you want to pass the tech interviews, which are going to be live, you're going to have to be able to have the skills to do so. And relying on AI to solve your problems is not going to do it. This is a great one. This is one of my favorites. How can I refactor this code to make it cleaner and more efficient? So let's say you have written a bunch of spaghetti code and you feel like it could be refactored and made better. Well, first off, we have, if you're in, as of 2025, if you're in the winter quarter, then we're going to start using style checkers, which should modify your code and format it anyway. So you shouldn't have to use this, but you can use it for that. You can learn problem solving techniques. Stuck on a recursion problem, can you guide me through the steps to break it down? That's a great tool for it so that it teaches you the steps instead of like giving you the answer. Practice style interview questions. Can you give me a medium difficulty coding challenge to practice my recursion skills? Amazing. Collaborate, don't copy. Here's a solution I found online for this problem. Can you explain how it works? I can't tell you how many times I've gone online and found something that I don't understand. I put it in ChatGPT and I say, can you help me understand this works? And I read it and it helps me to understand how it works. And it's very good at doing this because it will go line by line and it will explain each part, but will also explain the whole picture. Seek recommendations and tutorials on relevant libraries and tools. What are some Python libraries I should know for data science, or how do I get started with them? I'm going to put another one in here. Actually, I'm going to put it up here. So debugging assistance not only relegated to code, but debugging assistance, debugging and guidance on version control and terminal usage, right? So I can't tell you how many times I have tried to, so I can't tell you how many times I've gotten like a very unusual message from a merge conflict or an unusual message when I'm trying to install something through the terminal. And I'll be like, please, ChatGPT, tell me what's going on here, right? What does this merge conflict message mean and how can I solve it? Okay. And don't just take the answer and solve it, read about it so you understand because you don't, when you're working in industry eventually, you don't want to be getting merge conflicts and be like, hang on, teammate, let's ask ChatGPT how to solve this. No, you want to be able to see it and know because you've been assisted and guided on how to do that in the past. Beyond the classroom, can you give me an introduction to quantum computing? Go for it. Super complicated, but that AI will help you with that. Contextual help during projects. using AI for quick references and concept validations. How does OAuth work, and what do I need to set up web authentication in my web app? Absolutely great. So anytime these days where I'm creating something or I'm reviewing something and I don't understand something, throw it in ChatGPT. What does this mean? How is it relevant for what I'm doing here? Don't copy and paste answers into assignments. Use AI to learn the why and how, and treat AI as a collaborative tutor rather than a cheat sheet. And that's it, really. There's really nothing else to it. Um, these three things on the bottom are essential, and that is, and I'll reiterate again, your education's in your hands. I'm not looking over your shoulder watching how you use ChatGPT. It's up to you. And it will reflect on your capabilities to do tech interviews and to perform in industry if you copy and paste and just basically cheat your way through school. I know most of you don't want to do that. You want to actually learn, and this is a great learning tool. The other thing I'm going to say real quick, a lot of these different IDEs like IntelliJ now have an AI assistant. You can get a free 7-day trial. Um, so they're not going away. And I would encourage caution. Having it, I don't know if any of you used Replit, but Replit's very aggressive with AI. It will basically give you everything you're looking for by typing 3 lines. Um, I would not want that in my IDE. When I'm trying to create a project, I wouldn't want that temptation of it just vomiting the answer right out when I start typing. Um, Again, I can't monitor what you're doing. So if you want to pursue that, I again suggest you use caution, use it as a learning tool. This can also be found for those of you in the data science track by going to, where is it? I know it's in here now. Here we got this little turtle looking thing, and you can open chat for GitHub Copilot if you want. Um, it knows exactly what your code is, fix the problems in my code, add unit tests to my code, explain how the selected code works. Again, when you have it in your IDE as opposed to your browser, suddenly it's very tempting to just start to let it generate the code for you. I suggest that is in your junior year, you just don't use that right now. If you're going to use AI to help you debug or to solve some problems, just use the browser so that it's separate. Now, when you get to your senior year, it's going to be a different experience. I expect that you're really going to be more integrated in using AI for your development at that point. But then there's different, times in that year that you want to lay off on it too. When you're learning web development, you don't want it writing all of your web pages for you. So, all right. Well, that is my take on AI. Hopefully, this helped you, and I'll see you in class.